Yeah, I found the session to be quite insightful. For me, initially, it was very difficult for me to understand how do you deal with children who have ODD or a conduct disorder, because the only thing that I have seen people do is shout or scold them or be really restrictive with them about a lot of things, and I feel that that becomes even more destructive and disruptive for them, because that doesn't help. It makes the child even more closed off. It makes them even more rebellious. If you would say that if you behave that way, I will also behave that way. Something of that sort, I feel that a child might feel. So being more patient and gentle with them at the end of the day is the key. You let the child be what they're doing, and you try to mold them in such a way that they want to do it rather than you forcing them to do it. So the strategies that you told were quite interesting as well. When you said you make the class something fun initially, so that if the child is being late, they feel that they're missing out on something. You mentioned that they're like charts and posters of don't push, don't steal, something of that sort. So, making these small changes, and at the end of the day, teacher needs to take the responsibility to not be very harsh on children at the end. If you want to discipline them, there are different ways to do that rather than being very restrictive and harsh with them. So you need to, at the end of the day, maintain that bond with the child, so that the child also ends up trusting you in that way, that they can open up to you. They have that one specific adult in their life on which they can depend, if that is something that is missing at their home. Because if the child is facing some issues at home, maybe in school you can try and make that environment for them. So
Ma'am, the session was very informative and it was very helpful to me because I do have many kids in my class, those who are like this, and I was a bit upset like how to handle them. But you told me, you said us like you should be very calm and make a classroom chart setup and teach them like in the video format. So this and all is very informative, and so that practically I can apply and stay very be very calm with the kids and make them improve. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, the case studies what we discussed today were very interesting. Like we were able to relate our own classroom atmosphere. We were not able to actually figure out like what the child is actually suffering from, whether it is an EBD or a behavioral disorder like that. So this workshop was more insightful. Now I think we will be able to actually figure out what is the actual thing, and the strategies discussed, and your negative reinforcement method, I found it very interesting, ma'am. Like it will not be, the child will not be feeling it as a sort of a punishment, but the child will learn it in a way that what he is expected to be doing, like that. So it was very interesting. Good takeaway, ma'am.
So I did my master's in clinical psychology. So I had a background of the clinical picture, but understanding the strategies that we can use in class is very important, because now schools are inclusive and we don't want to segregate the children or put a label or stigmatize. So it was very helpful in getting to hear from different people, different experiences, also from Shalini ma'am, that what all strategies can be used and how we can be more empathetic, and we can also you make use of this knowledge, spread it with the teachers and the parents. So it was very helpful in making our classrooms or school really inclusive